Hello, welcome back to another week of STEAM. I'm excited to have you back again for our December Winter Challenge. So this week, we're going to focus on making sure that we're following all the steps of the engineering design process. I noticed that in your submissions that people were getting confused about whether it was a week to create or if we should have been doing our plans and our materials and tools list. So why don't we walk through the design process to clear up that mistake. So when we start the engineering design process, we always start with a question. Our question last week was, how can you create an ornament or winter decoration using items you have at home? After you ask this question, the next step is to imagine or to think in your head. And you were thinking, what type of ornament or winter decoration would you like to make? What materials did you have at home that you could use? And what tools would you need? Here, I'm going to show you my plan. So my plan has two different views. The front view is the front of the sweatshirt. And you can see that I'm going to put a snowman on the sweatshirt. He will have a black hat. I will use white paint to put on snowflakes and arms on the snowman. I will use white material for the snowman, black for the hat, red for the scarf, and I'll have two types of buttons, round buttons at the top and two square buttons at the bottom. And here there will be pieces of cut fabric. On the inside of my shirt, sweatshirt, you will be able to see where I sewed it on. So here is the thread that I sewed on the sewing machine. Here is thread that I put on by hand to make the carrot nose. And here are where I sewed things on. And let me move that so you can see a little better for where the buttons are. So you can see the machine stitching and you can see where the buttons go on. Now, materials and tools, it's always important to have this list. So I needed a blue sweatshirt, black material, white fabric paint, red and green material for the scarf, orange thread for the nose, black thread to sew all around the snowman, two round buttons, and two square buttons. My tools were a sewing machine, scissors, chalk, and needle. And I used a chalk to draw out my plan before I cut it because I want to make sure that my pieces are exactly how I want them. Now here is the sweatshirt I created. You can see that I followed my plan by putting the snowflakes on and the arms and putting all the pieces together to make the snowman. So you do not have to make an ornament. You can make anything that's a winter decoration. One way I thought to improve mine was to change the fabric from a plain white fabric to a multi-pattern to make it look more 3D. You're going to make a recording to demonstrate how you followed the engineering design process to make your own winter creation. An important tip is when you are showing me things like your plan and your materials and tools list, it's helpful to point the camera down. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show my plan with two different views. So I'm going to point the camera down and you can see my first part of the plan. And let's try to make that just a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm showing you. Let's see, there we go. All right, so you can see if I point the camera down, I can show my front view. I can show the inside view. And I can show my materials and tools list. That way it's a little easier for Ms. McCormick to see it. I can also point the camera at my creation. So here, Ms. McCormick is wearing her creation. So I can point the camera and I can show it live. Once you do all that, be sure to press review and finish to submit your recording to me in Schoology. I hope this clears up the confusion. So this week I'd like you to show me all 3 steps that we went through. I'm going to go back just to review it. Move this out of the way. So after you ask and imagine, then you're going right into what you're going to be showing me. So you're going to be showing me your plan, your materials and tools list, which is an important part of your planning. Then you're going to be showing me your creation. And don't forget to tell me one way that you would like to improve your creation or one way you already improved your creation.